Hello, this is Scott Welsh, and this is your week in robotic trading video for the week of March 2nd, 2015. Now, I'll be doing a series of these videos, and honestly, I should have done this video yesterday, but I was a little too angry, and I'm going to show you why exactly. If you don't know, I am a robotic trader. I've had all my money in robots for over a year now, since 2013 is when I started trading robots. And I love robots. I love it because you don't have to sit at the computer. I love it because they follow directions. But the misconception about robots is that robots are some secret contraption, or there's some black box, or there's something mysterious. And there's nothing mysterious about robots at all. It's just your trading system. It's just the trades that you would actually take on your own, but it takes them for you. And that's why robots are awesome, and that's why I trade all my money and 4 accounts and blah, blah, blah. Now, the reason I'm starting this video series is to talk about the ins and outs and the good things that can happen and the bad things that happen. But let's be upfront in this first video and talk about the problems with robots. I mean, there are problems with trading robots. And we had some problems a couple days ago. If you can see my screen, and you better be able to see my screen because it tells me you can see my screen. If you look at this screen and look it to the far left, this actually happened, and I'll walk you through a little play-by-play. This robot is designed on the Euro-Aussie 15-minute chart. This robot is designed to buy in a pullback and just go for a small profit target. I love high winning percentages, and that's what this robot does. It goes for high winning percentages. Now, a human being, however, can make decisions. A human being can make changes. A human being can be discretionary, and that's a good thing and that's a bad thing. When you're trading a robot, you don't want to you don't want to meddle too much. I don't know how else to put it. If you meddle too much, then the math is off. Then you figure, well, I can expect to make this much, and I won't make this much if I keep taking trades out. And that's all well and good. But let me talk you through what happened here on this robot. This was Sunday night, March 1st-ish, 2015. And you can see right here is where it entered a trade in my live accounts. It entered a trade on Sunday night. I don't particularly like trading on Sunday night, but the data says I should trade on Sunday night, so I did. And then the trade, I was sitting there. My girlfriend and I were both sitting there on the computer, and it was kind of wandering around, whatever. And right at the point of this ellipse, the profit target was right down here, and this bar came within 1 pip of taking it out. And the robot didn't take it out. Why didn't the robot take it out? Because the robot's not programmed to make these decisions. The robot does what it's supposed to do, and it needed 1 more pip. Well, it came back up, and we actually sat there. We actually looked at each other and said, should we just take this out? But that's not what you're supposed to do with robots, so guess what? We did not take it out. And looky, looky, looky. We went to dinner, met a couple of my friends, and came home, and this garbage started to happen in the middle of the night. That didn't bother me, though, because robots, it might come back. They've come back many times. So I went to bed, which, if you know me at all, is my least favorite thing to do is go to sleep with a trade on. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. So I went to bed anyway, figured maybe it'll come back. And this happened. Now this was right in the middle of my night, Eastern time. And it came down, and it almost got out of the trade again. When you build a robot or a trading system, you can have a numerical profit target, you can have an indicator profit target. This robot, it has both. In the middle of the night, without me there, with me asleep, it came down and came within 0.44 of an RSI reading of taking it out. Meaning if the RSI was set for 30, it went to 30.44. So it almost took it out. And that would have been just a 30 pip loss, no big deal. But it didn't, because it's not programmed to do that. And it went on to stop out for an 80 pip loss, which is so awesome. Now, it does this all the time. It wins all the time. The winning percentage in this robot is super high. But this is the problem with robots, and I'm just going to give it to you straight. It stinks. It sucks. I was very angry waking up and seeing this. But that's not all. Somehow in the middle of the night, and the one thing you have to do with robots is keep your connection on. Somehow in the middle of the night into the morning, this particular robot got disconnected from the server. I mean, this never happens. It literally has maybe happened one other time in years and years. But for whatever reason, and just this robot, it got disconnected from the TradeStation server. So you see this ellipse right here? This is the next trade. Oh, look, it's a nice winner. Took it on a pullback and took a small profit target, but I didn't get that trade. Why didn't I get that trade? Because the robot wasn't on. Is the robot always on? Of course it is. Do I miss trades? No, I don't miss trades. But so I went from almost a profitable trade, almost a small loser, to a huge loser, and then I missed a winner. These are the problems with robotic trading, and if you're going to run a robot, you're going to run into this stuff. Now, it's not all terrible. It's not all terrible news. If I minimize this, this is my actual account statement from last month. If you can see, the account balance is on one of my accounts. I trade several. You can see that the opening account balance was 38 and the ending account balance was 41. So about a little over a 3,000 gain, and this is almost a 10% gain. So even though the robots were awful, at least they were awful a few days ago on the Euro Aussie, my portfolio of robots returned almost 10% in a single month. So there you go. There's the good and there's the bad. Robots are awesome. They are as cool as you think they are when they work. But man, oh man alive, do they stink when they don't get out of the trade within 1 pip or somehow they get turned off. So that's the weekly report for this week. I'll be back next week to talk about more good stuff and bad stuff and everything in between. I'll talk to you soon.